everyone, welcome to a new video. My name is Marian Guevara and welcome to any new subscribers, any new viewers. Today I'm going to do a little update on my movie collection. I've accumulated some more films since my last movie collection video and I thought I'd share them with you. So they're mainly Criterion and mainly Disney, and then a few miscellaneous films here and there. If you're new to this channel, I do videos on books, film, just on any topic that interests me and I would like to share. So without further ado, let's get this haul started because there's quite a number of film. So I'm going to start off the video with showing you the new Criterions that I have got. I've added 3 more titles to my collection since my last Criterion video. And so the first one that I have here is The Man Who Fell to Earth, directed by Nicholas Roeg, came out in 1976. I'm very happy to get this because this happens to be an out-of-print Criterion. I believe the rights went back to Lionsgate, so that's why it's out of print in the Criterion version, and I was able to get this on eBay for insanely cheap. And the reason is because it is just torn here at the edges. But that's fine because other than that, you know, other than the casing, it is in great condition. This is spine number 304. And if you're unfamiliar with The Man Who Fell to Earth, I have mentioned it on this channel. I have done a book plus movie review on it. So you can check that out if you're curious. But anyway, this is just the Criterion version, which comes in this cover, but it comes with not only the DVD, by the way, this is the DVD set. So we have here. But it also happens to come with a book. So this is the actual novel by Walter Tevis, The Man Who Fell to Earth. I already own a copy, but I now have a second version. So this is very nice. And this one I wanted to get not only because, you know, it's Criterion and I want to see that transfer, but I really like the bonus features in here, particularly the audio commentary by Roeg and David Bowie himself. He did some commentary on here, so I'm excited to get into this one. So yeah, if you're not familiar with The Man Who Fell to Earth, this is basically the story of an alien played by David Bowie who leaves his planet and goes to Earth disguised as a human in order to find a way to save his dying planet. And it's an odd film, very surreal. It's definitely not for the general public or the masses. I don't think it's going to be it's not really a popular film for everyone. It's pretty niche, if I may say so. You definitely have to be in a right mood or be open to certain different forms of storytelling to, I think, really enjoy this one. But I really enjoyed it and I'm so happy to have gotten this in the collection. So yeah. So the next film, the next Criterion is Barry Lyndon. This is spine number 897, and you may have seen this a couple of times in my Then, Now, Later updates because I always plan on watching it, but I'm kind of stalling it off, mainly because it is over 3 hours and I have to be in the right mood to watch Barry Lyndon. But this is a Kubrick film, definitely not his most popular one. I mean, a lot of people know The Shining and A Clockwork Orange, but I don't think a lot of people know about Barry Lyndon. But this is a very popular film amongst, you know, cinema circles here on YouTube. And I've heard a lot of people say that it's their favorite Kubrick or it's Kubrick's masterpiece. This is based off of the William Makepeace Thackeray novel. And we're following an Irish rogue who sort of maneuvers his way up the social ladder. And we see how this affects his character or his personality. Looking forward to this one because I also heard that it is a gorgeous, gorgeous film. Now for the last Criterion, we have M. This is spine number 30, and this is a black and white film. Came out in 1931, and Fritz Lang was the one who directed this. Fritz Lang was the one who also directed Metropolis, which is sort of the gem of German Expressionism. I really like Metropolis, and I love M. This is a fantastic film. This takes place in a German town and there has been a serial killer targeting children, and it's gotten so bad that the authorities are desperately trying to track him down. And with all the regulations that they're imposing on the town, the criminal underworld is sort of suffering as well. And they decide that they're gonna hunt down this man as well, because like I said, he's interfering with the business, but they also feel that the killing of children is just too far. So you have the police and the criminal organizations sort of like working separately to track down the killer. And this has Peter Lorre in it, and it has one of the best performances I've seen. The kangaroo court scene, basically, towards the end is fantastic and kind of just blew me away. Beautiful film, black and white. It utilizes a lot of silence. This came out in 1931, so talkies were just beginning, and despite it having dialogue, it makes use of silence very well. Just an eerie, thought-provoking film, and you really can see how it kind of laid the groundwork for other thrillers or mystery thrillers in the future. So yeah, that's M, and very happy to have gotten this. So I happen to go to Books A Million quite a bit, and they have an entire section with secondhand Blu-rays. And basically at my Books A Million, you can sell off your physical media, and then they'll give you money and they'll sell it off to the general public. And I like browsing through that section, and I found The Box Trolls. This happens to be my second favorite Laika film, right after Coraline. I do love Laika. I love what they're doing with stop motion animation. And yeah, this is my second favorite, and that could be odd for some people because I know this might be people's least favorite, but I really like The Box Trolls. I really adore how they take, the typical premise of boy is raised by species not of his own, and how does he deal with that? They take that premise, but they do something very distinct with it. They make it their own, basically. The story makes it its own. I didn't feel it was derivative like I felt Paranorman was. I didn't feel it was, taking its time or, too long for its own good, which I felt that Kubo and the Two Strings were or was. I feel that Box Trolls hits that nice Goldilocks point. So this one follows a young boy in this city where there are creatures called the Box Trolls, and they're trolls that wear boxes and they live underground, and he has been raised by them. But as of late, there has been a crew that has been snatching up the Box Trolls, and slowly, little by little, they've been dwindling, and it's up to him and a friend he meets to pretty much save his family. So another film that I picked up at Books A Million is this copy of Avengers. So someone sold off their Blu-ray 3D plus Blu-ray plus DVD plus digital copy plus music edition of Avengers with the lenticular slipcover. So I thought I'd pick that one up. I like the Avengers. I remember watching this in theaters with my parents and really enjoying it. I'm not a huge fan of the MCU. I'm not like a super fan or anything, but I do enjoy this, so I'll gladly own a physical copy. So the next couple of movies I have to show you are Disney films. So in my last movie collection video, I showed you the Disney films that I had. They were basically just Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, and Aladdin. But my Disney collection has definitely expanded since then. I don't plan on ever getting a Disney Plus. I'm not really interested in any of their new content that they're putting out. I'd just rather watch all my favorite old Disney films and own them physically so I can just enjoy them that way. So some of these you would have already seen. I would have shown them in previous videos. So the first one that I have here is The Hunchback of Notre Dame, the Disney adaptation of the Victor Hugo novel. So this is the 3-disc special edition. So this features Hunchback of Notre Dame, but then it's direct-to-DVD sequel, which I didn't see. I don't plan on seeing. I just got it for the main film, but yeah, there's that one. Followed by the 1997 classic Hercules, favorite back in the day, still a favorite of mine, much more for the peripheral elements rather than the main character in the story. I just love Hades, the songs, the side characters, so yep. And then, of course, 1999's Tarzan, a new favorite Disney film. So this is a special edition. Oddly enough, this one didn't come with its direct-to-DVD sequel or direct-to-video sequel, but that's fine. I just love the first one anyway. So, yep. It's Disney's Tarzan, new favorite. And then we got here another 3-disc special edition, and that is The Emperor's New Groove, followed by Kronk's New Groove. Emperor's New Groove was like one of the films of my childhood. I remember watching this with my parents, but not in theaters because I was like 3 at the time, but I did see it with them and they also find this hilarious. I'm glad Emperor's New Groove has sort of gotten a resurgence of popularity. I know my generation has pretty much kept the hype for this alive, but yeah, it's good. It's highly entertaining. And it's such a weird jumping off point when you consider, you know, Tarzan came out the year before and then you had The Emperor's New Groove coming out after. But yeah, I love it. It's a fun buddy comedy. Next is another 3-disc special edition, and that is Atlantis, The Lost Empire, and then its direct-to-video sequel, Milo's Return. This one, along with Tarzan, Hunchback, I remember seeing scenes, but I haven't watched the whole thing, though I do know what happens. So yeah, a period in Disney in the early thousands where they were really on a sci-fi kick, because after that, we got in 2002, Treasure Planet. Also featured this in a previous video. Disney's sort of, you know, sci-fi take on Treasure Island. And then moving on, we got 2009's Princess and the Frog. I feel like this is underrated. I definitely feel like it's slightly above average. I do feel that the plot is clunky, could have been cleaned up more, but I really like it. And it was one of the last animated films Disney, or one of the last 2D animated films they ever did. So yep, that's Princess and the Frog. And then lastly, we have one of the only live action films you're going to see. One of the only few Disney live actions you'll see. That is At World's End. So the Pirates of the Caribbean, the 3rd film. I love the Pirates of the Caribbean films, especially the trilogy. 4 and 5 kind of just, I don't really think about them, but the trilogy I really like. I know people don't like, for some reason, the 2nd and the 3rd. I adore all 3, so I do want to own them all physically, and yeah, I think like these might be the only live action Disney films I ever get. I'm not getting any remakes. I just don't like them on principle, basically. So yeah, those were all the Disney films, and that is the end to this haul and movie collection update. I hope you all enjoyed, and leave a comment down below. Do you love any of these films? Have you added any new films to your collection? And I'll see you next time. Bye!